There we go. Yo guys, welcome back to the Halftime Oranges podcast with my boy Mr. Ziyad. What's good, my guy?
I'm all good, how you doing?
I'm good, chilling. It's been a crazy week of football. Been an absolutely crazy week of football, and this week is only going to get even more crazier because Champions League is back. But before we get to that, I thought we'll touch on what's been happening in the Premier League so far.
Yes, sir.
As of late. So, I want to talk about the Premier League state of play and what looks like is going to happen, right? So let's start simple. The top four. So who's in contention of the top
Before
four?
we get onto that, let's just quickly, do you think it's 2 points dropped for Arsenal?
I knew he was going to come. So the game that happened Sunday evening, it was Liverpool Arsenal at Anfield. Big tense. Cause I was stressed throughout the whole game. It was very stressful. I haven't been stressed like that in a while. I told Ashwin I'm happy to take the Anatomy exam again. Yo, over this is too much. The second half was just us holding on. Do you watch it in the end? You watched the highlights, yeah. The second half, it was 2-1 to us, and it was just them wave after wave after wave of attack. I said to Ashwin, this half is about us holding on. We're not gonna go for a third goal, man. It's not happening.
Yeah.
So in that context, for me, it was a point gain because we should have lost that game. In the first half, the first 40 minutes, it was all us. We had them on toast. They couldn't compete. They couldn't handle us. Martinelli was on them.
Yeah.
Right? 2-0 up. Before the second half started, of course, just before half time, they scored one back and the whole crowd erupted. And the second half started and they came. Salah had chances. Salah missed a penalty. Questionable pen. But for me, when I saw it, if it was the other way around, I would be screaming for a penalty. Did you see it, the block holding one?
I thought it was a penalty.
Yeah, it's fine. I think penalty, yeah, sure. If it was the other way around again, I would have said penalty. Ramsdale was superb for me. One of his best performances. I know you're saying it wasn't like phenomenal, but I think they were good saves enough for us to get away with a point. If it wasn't for him, they win the game. If it wasn't for him, simple, they win the game, and it would have been no points. So for me, if you're asking me 2 points up to a point game, 1 point game for me.
Fair enough.
What do you think? Because again, you've got to remember who's been to Anfield. Only Leeds and Madrid have gone there and gotten away with something.
I think if you don't look at the context of the game,
Isolate the game, yeah. Let's say if you had this game happen in October, November time.
No, forget that. I mean, like, considering the position you were in, 2 goals up, and the form going into the game, I would say 2 points dropped. But if you look at how the game then proceeded, you've done it. I think it's fair.
I think it also showed what we need to do to get, because we have 8 games left. For me, it showed a lot about what we need to do with the individual players. For example, Zinchenko, as good as he is on the ball, technically, as good as he is in midfield, one-on-one defending, he needs to do much better. He needs to do much better because he got nutmeg before the second goal went in. Trent of all people. But it doesn't surprise me. Trent is a good player offensively, but defensively, you saw what Martinelli did to him, ripped him to shreds in the first half, especially. Second half, you didn't see much of it because again, it was just wave of a Liverpool attack.
Yeah.
But you know what? I said before the game I'll take a point because I know what it is at Anfield. We haven't won there since 2012. 11 years.
It's insane.
11 long years since we've gotten something. Anything, a point even.
Yeah.
Because we've been battered there. We've been humbled there hard 5-1s, 4-0s. Maybe more 5-0s. I can't remember. It's just battering after battering. So for me to go there and get a point, 2-2, I'll take it. Okay, I woke up the next morning a bit more calmer. I was like, let's reevaluate what just happened. I'll take it. Now it's 6 points ahead. Okay, City do have a game in hand. I'm assuming they're going to win that game of hand. So
it's 3 points.
It would be 3 points. Exactly, yeah. So like I told you, it's in both of our hands. If we win all our games, we win the league. If they win all their games, they win the league. Okay, it would be goal difference, but I don't think we're going to catch their goal difference. Because with Haaland killing it, it's not going to happen. Fun stat, by the way, Haaland has more goals than the whole of the Chelsea.
Yeah. So
that's hilarious. He has what, 28? 28 and they have 27.
I think he has 20, yeah.
Something like that, right? Crazy. Chelsea. In the mud. Again, quickly, they lost. Lampard came in. What do you think about that appointment?
I don't really see the benefit.
Caretaker manager. just to get them over the line.
I don't get why they. For what I really understand the sacking. Apparently, I've heard that because they dipped into the bottom half of the table, it was cheaper for them to sack Potter. So that's why they chose that point to do it. However, I don't really see the benefit of that. They're not playing for anything, right? They're not going to get Champions League. Probably not even going to get Europa, if we're being honest.
But we're going to touch on to who they could potentially get in a bit in this video, because it ties to Bayern Munich, which is another topic of our conversation today. But let's get to the initial topic, which is the state of play of the Premier League.
Yep.
So let's go top four first. So who's in the top four race? We have Arsenal, City,
Newcastle, United are the current top four.
Yep. And then following up you have
Tottenham
Spurs.
and Villa are sixth right now.
Yep.
With Brighton on seventh and Liverpool eighth. I think those are your kind of Champions League hopefuls.
So who are you going to say confirmed? For me, call it biased, but I think it's
Arsenal, City are confirmed.
Arsenal, City confirmed. Then you have Newcastle United.
I think it'll be like that. I think it'll stay exactly like that.
You know that's crazy. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I hate Spurs, right? But I'd much rather Spurs get in the top four than United.
I would not,
because I don't think Spurs is much of a threat right now, and I think it's shown. They've had two quality managers in Mourinho and Antonio Conte. Kane is, I think he's gone this summer.
Which is exactly why I don't want them to get top four. I feel like top four.
Oh, you think
might
Kane will
make
stay?
him stay.
I don't think so.
And I'm like, he has to please leave.
Think about it. They've been in top four, what, 2 seasons in a row now?
Yes.
Last season they beat us to it. The season before they got it again. Why would them getting in top four again just make Harry Kane decide, you know what, I'm here for the long run? If you're in his head, what are you thinking? Like, I'm a top quality striker. Any team would want me. Any team.
I don't know in his head, but if I were in his position, I'd fuck off. I would have fucked off long ago.
Of course. But now you're in this position, 1 year left in his contract. If he was going to go, Spurs would get, I don't really know how much they get for him at this point.
He's 29. I reckon you can get a good. With
60?
1 year left, yeah, about 70.
60, 70?
Yeah.
United would be willing to spend now. I want him to go to Bayern. I've said this for a long time. I'm a big fan of Harry Kane. I am a big fan. Him for England as well. I think he's superb. I do want him to end his career with a trophy, a big trophy, Bundesliga title. Why not? I think that'd be really good for him. I think he deserves it.
Potential Champions League.
Potential Champions League, and he deserves it. He's what would you say, top 3 in the world?
What, strikers?
Yeah. Top
Second.
5. Top 5.
No, second.
Second.
I'd say so.
Behind.
Haaland.
Where's Mbappe?
Oh, okay, I wasn't really counting him as a striker, but sure, fine. Then Kane's number 3.
Okay, yeah, top 3.
Yeah.
There you go. So he can go. He can honestly go anywhere,
Yeah.
and I think he will thrive there as well. Okay, so you then have Villa. I told you they will get a European spot. As soon as Emery got signed, I said he will get you European, whether it be Conference or Europa League. He will get it for you because he succeeded everywhere but Arsenal. At Arsenal, it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. His first season, he got us Europa League final. Don't forget.
Yep.
And he finished 5th. I think it was the last 6-7 games where we just collapsed. Lost to Palace at home. Just a horrible run, and that's where we fell off and finished 5th.
Yeah.
That's it. Sevilla, 3 Europa Leagues in a row. PSG won the treble. Villarreal won the Europa League, beating United in the final.
Yep.
Valencia, and I can't remember what he done there. I think that's where he started off. But anyway, he's now at Aston Villa. Where was he? Where were you before?
We were just below Chelsea.
When Gerrard took 12th-ish,
Yeah.
12th, 13th. He's now taking you to 6th. I think you're 3rd since Emery has been signed.
Yeah,
since
he's come in, we've got the 3rd most amount of points in the league, which is insane.
It doesn't surprise me. He's galvanised your team. He hasn't. Who did he recruit in January?
He's got just Alex Moreno.
Yeah.
And
there you go.
John Duran.
Ollie Watkins has turned up.
I don't know what the fuck has changed.
Tyrone Mings has turned up.
Forget Mings.
He's been unbelievable since he's come.
Watkins, I've seen him miss, like horrendously miss such easy chances. He at times it does look like he can hit a barn door, but he scored in like 8 away games in a row, which is insane. I don't know what Emery's done to him, but he's scoring, and I'm all
He's a good man, player coach. You know, he can coach plays individually and get the best out of him. Guendouzi's another one. Remember, he's the one who brought him in.
Him as well.
Yeah, why not? I think Guendouzi would potentially, if you get a European spot, he'd go. Because Emery
Yes.
made him the player he is today, I think. Arteta's the one who told him to get lost.
I wouldn't prioritise him as a signing, but sure.
If you did get European players, who would you want to bring in to push?
I'd like an attacker.
Winger?
Probably.
Attacking midfielder?
No, probably a winger.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, the issue is I can't really think of any suitable candidates. No one in our price range or like caliber, unless we punch above our weight, but I can't see that happening. Like if we can somehow get like Musa Diaby or something.
We've been linked to him, but I told
All
you
the big
before,
clubs
I wouldn't personally want Diaby purely because he's physicality.
Yeah,
I think
that's the
there.
issue.
I
He's
think
very,
he really struggled there.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
That's why
Bundesliga suits him perfectly, but if he was to go up against like a Kyle Walker,
the thing is,
Big
no, that's
struggle.
not the issue. The issue is like the Bundesliga. It's the most physical league next to the Premier League, but it's different in the sense that Bundesliga, every single team, their tactics are based on transition, and you've got so much space to run into, which is why these kind of players thrive. Whereas the physicality in the Premier League is more shoulder to shoulder physicality.
yeah, exactly.
And
Yeah.
Musa Diaby's 5'6" and
Yeah.
he's about 60 kg.
It's gonna
He's
suck.
not gonna.
It's gonna suck for him. Let's go on to the next one. Brighton. Very good season. They lost Potter midway. Didn't face them. They brought in De Zerbi,
Yeah.
and I think he's elevated them. Because Potter's never gotten them this high. He's managed to hold on to the likes of Caicedo.
Yes.
Mitoma, he's made Mitoma one of the best wingers in the league.
Yeah.
And they sit 7th with a game in hand on United with 46 points. If they won it, they would be 7 points behind with 8 games to go. It's a big ask, but it's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible. I don't think they'll get it, but De Zerbi's done bits there. He's one of Potter's biggest things about all his teams is his ability to create good chances, but his inability for his teams to score. For whatever reason, I don't know what that reason is, but De Zerbi has got them scoring with like, or it's not just Mitoma, but like
His midfielders are killing March, McAllister.
Solly March is doing
getting
great.
goals.
Yeah, exactly.
Gross.
Pascal Gross.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're managed to get
it's
them.
good.
Where do you think they'll finish then?
I think they'll get Europa League spot.
6th.
Sixth.
Where do you think Villa will finish then?
7th.
Conference League. Okay.
Yeah. Just because of the game.
So then where does the next team below Brighton finish? Liverpool. They're on 44 points, 2 behind Brighton, albeit they have a game ahead.
Oh, game less than Brighton.
Game
Yeah.
less, yeah.
They are 3 points behind Villa, but they've got a game in hand and they've got superior goal difference. However, just Villa's form and Liverpool's lack thereof, I just think they won't supersede Villa.
So no European spot for Liverpool.
Nope.
So that's it. They're not going to get any European football next season. Almost unheard of. I can't remember the last time that's happened for Liverpool. No European football.
Unless City win the Champions League, then they'll get European football.
City won the Champions League. How's that?
Because automatic spot for the.
We'll go to 5th. No.
Yes, so everything gets pushed down.
Are you sure? So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th.
No.
No.
Yeah.
So 5th place will get Champions League.
I don't know how it
I don't
works.
think
That's how it used to work, but I don't know. That's why, like,
I don't think that works.
but I don't know if that's how it's going to work with the new Champions League format.
Yeah,
I need
exactly.
to search that up, but
If that's the case, then Spurs would get Champions League.
yeah,
Because I think they will finish 5th, personally.
because that's how it used to happen, isn't it?
I
That's
can't
when,
remember,
like,
honestly. If that's the crazy. Absolute madness. And Brentford.
they're not in it.
A chance for Conference League. I mean, I like what Brentford has done. Ivan Toney, one of the best strikers in the league this season.
He could get banned at any point.
I know, and that would be detrimental to the club. 6 months, they're saying.
Potentially, yeah.
6 months, and that would. Oof.
We don't know if or when, but I don't think they're in the race for European football. I think
They're kind of hoping it happens in the summer, then, isn't it? So August, so they can work around that in the summer.
we'll just get through the end of the season, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I suppose they won't be too fussed if it happens now because they're safe. There's not really anything to play for.
And finally, who's winning it?
City.
Yeah, that draw. to Liverpool, I said that if we didn't win, City would be 3 points behind us because they're going to win their game in hand. It is away to Brighton, so it would be tricky for them, but they're too good a team to lose that kind of game. They would effectively be 3 points behind us, and therefore for me, the title would be decided at the Etihad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You on the same? Yeah. I don't know what Arteta's going to do. I don't know what he needs to do. I hope the likes of Saliba will be back for that kind of game. We need him.
I think he will.
Rob Holding would struggle. Because if you watch the Liverpool game as well, they targeted Holding. A lot of the Route 1 balls was going in his direction, and they knew that Holding, with his heading especially, he's not composed. Anytime he got the ball, I watched the highlights. Anytime he got the ball, he'd hoof it.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't comfortable. He's not like Saliba, composed and is able to play that pass through the lines and start off an attack. He's just willing to hoof the ball, and they got the ball back a lot of the times, and the transition from defense to their attack happened too many times. Yeah. And it's one of the reasons why the number of waves of attack kept coming. They knew what to do. Get it to Holding, you know what he's going to do, boom, start again. And City will do effectively the same thing. And if you got Holding against Haaland, ooh, it's gonna be a big struggle. So we need him back for that, and I think it's end of April, 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks.
Something like that.
We play City midweek game. Pray. If we got a draw there, I think we win the league. As long as we don't lose at the Etihad, I think we win the league. Because here's something crazy. No one's really said this. Before we play City, we could effectively go 9 points clear. Albeit they will have 2 games in hand. And points on the board, it's a big psychological factor, right? It's gonna play on your mind. You're 9 points clear. It's a cushion. City are thinking, right, the pressure's on us to close that gap. And with their game in hand, away to Brighton, and us at home, their home that is.
Yes.
It could play on their mind. It could play on their mind. It's going to be a mess because right now to the end of the season, it's not about performances. It's about results.
Yeah.
I don't care how we win. I just need the 3 points. I've got West Ham and Southampton next. I do believe we can get 6 points out of that. That will get us the 9 points, and then it's down to you, see.
It's exciting whatever happens.
Great, it's a good title race, no?
It is.
For a while, it's been okay since the 99-98. The points one, I'm not talking about the years. When City got 99, Liverpool got 98.
Yeah.
That was exciting. I think this is close.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. On to the next one is relegation. So what have we got right? This is one of the most exciting relegation races we've had in a while, by the way. From 12th all the way to 20th position. Last week it was separated by 4 points. Right now we've got Southampton, who are sat bottom of the league on 23, Palace on 33. Okay, 10 points. I think I can comfortably exclude Palace out of the relegation race.
I don't think so.
Really?
Because only 6 above Forest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. That's only you're right. 6 points. So let's go through them. So in bottom with 23, we have Southampton.
They're gone.
You're gone.
They're gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said at the beginning. Yeah,
Who did they bring in? They brought in. He got sacked. O'Neill got sacked, and they brought in.
Nathan Jones got sacked.
Yeah, Nathan Jones. Sorry, not O'Neill.
I don't know who it is now. To be honest.
I've forgotten the name. I've really forgotten the name. Who did they bring in?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna look it up right now. This will take 2 seconds. They haven't brought anyone. Wait, am I going crazy? Ruben Sells.
Yes, he was an assistant under.
I lost my mind. Yeah, of course. You think they're gone?
Yeah, 100%.
What's happened to them?
Their business has been atrocious for years. Like they hated Hasenhüttl, but he was the only thing that.
It bothers me that we got a draw against them. You know, at St Mary's, that 1-1. Crazy to think all the way there. We scraped a point. I remember then they were on us. That game we managed to hold on. Sad time. In 19th place, 2 points above them, 25. We have Leicester City, who have just appointed your old man, Dean Smith. Been
Are they appointed?
Yeah, you don't know.
I thought he was.
They were talking about Rafa, but how it works is they're gonna get him in summer. But they need a caretaker manager because Rafa wouldn't take this job because it's too risky.
Yeah.
He wouldn't want to get into Championship football. So the best they could do is get a caretaker manager until the end of the season. Pray that they manage to stay up. Will be enough incentive for Rafa to come in.
I didn't know they'd appointed him.
Okay, so now you know. What do you think?
I think it's a good appointment.
enough to keep them up?
I think he's a good manager, and I think he's probably the best they can get in this moment in time. No one else is gonna. It's a toxic challenge, right? But I think he did a good job of it. I think he I don't think he should have been sacked for Gerrard. But I think he's a Premier League level lower Premier League level manager, and I think he could save them. It just depends who's worse than them.
Well, I'm just hoping he gives them the manager bounce.
The thing is, yeah, he should play the correct players that Rodgers wasn't playing for whatever reason, but I don't know if it's going to be enough because Leicester have been atrocious this season, and there are a lot of bad teams, but there's not that many worse than Leicester, if any.
Well, above them again, only 2 points ahead of them. So it's Nottingham Forest who spent donkey's amount of monies in the summer and a little bit in the January transfer window.
Yeah.
Blitzstream, I think they made 3 teams, not 2, 3 teams.
Yeah, it's like 30 players.
Exactly. Yeah. And they sit 18th, and they all, by the way, they've all played the same number of games.
Yes.
And they sit 18th on 27 points with a horrible goal difference of -30. What do you think? Steve Cooper, they gave him a new contract. They insist they're not going to sack him.
It makes sense. Like, Forest, when they came up, half their team was loan players anyway. And they already knew, and everyone knew, they did not plan to come up when they did. There was a more long-term vision for them. They were meant to come up in a couple of years. Got it early.
Kind of schedule.
Yeah, and while you might think it's a good thing, they don't have the resources to cope, basically. That's why they had to make this splash and signed so many new players, because they literally had no team left.
Yep.
Even their players that are still at Forest, that were in the Championship, they were not starters even in the Championship because all the loan players, right? So that's why they had to make loads of signings, but very few, if any, have worked out. I think Romo Freuler's good or fine. Lingard's been a disaster.
Or he's 30 plus.
He's 30, I think, yeah.
Crazy.
I don't know how they managed to get Keylor Navas. That's a huge signing.
Loan. Was loan.
He's a loan, but like that's still massive, right?
For them, yeah, that's their biggest signing in the Premier League ever.
What's his name? Guy from Wolves that they've signed, the attacker. Gibbs White.
That's it.
He looks fine. I don't think he's worth the money they paid for him, but there's just a complete lack of goals. Awani has done okay at best. Yeah, it's not looking good for them, and there's not really, like, they can pull themselves out of it, but I think the bottom 3 as it stands will go down. I don't want them to go down, but yeah, that's what I think.
But all 3 of them, or a team in particular you don't want to go down?
I don't want Forest to go down. I don't care about the other 2.
Fair play. Everton just above them, same number of points. The goal difference better.
Yes.
They have got Sondijk, who was appointed to, I think, save them from relegation.
Yes.
He's done a decent.
He's done pretty good, I'd say. What, 3 draws, a win and a loss. It's not bad.
Not the worst.
Considering where they are, how they're the lowest scoring
They
team.
were. I remember they were bottom at one point, while Frank was in charge.
Yeah, but even then, I can't really blame Frank. Their team's atrocious. They've got no attackers.
Hey, they didn't sign anyone as well. Remember?
They say they've got no money, but like even their wingers. Who's their winger? Dwight McNeil.
Corey got sent off, but he's a midfielder. He's out for 3
But like Dwight McNeil, he's got the lowest ball progression in the league, I think, which is atrocious.
Yeah.
Like, it's horrendous. Calvert-Lewin can't stay fit. Neil Maupay, stupid signing, as I said at the time. Why would you sign a non-goal scoring striker? It just doesn't make sense to me. Onana has potential. That's a good signing.
They did lose Gordon.
Irrelevant.
Why?
They got an astronomical fee for him, which they should have invested. but the fee was fantastic, 45 million.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd scored 3 goals for Everton, I believe, all of which were deflections, and he didn't have anything else really. He was quick.
I haven't seen him like do anything much for Newcastle. To be
He's
fair.
done nothing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it looked like an attitude problem as well. When
It
he was
looks
subbed
like
off
it.
the other day.
Above them we have Leeds. You
Oh,
lost
so
Jesse
they are.
March. They brought in Garcia,
Yes.
former Watford manager.
Yes.
What do you think of him?
Garcia, I think, he's gonna.
A lot of these managers were brought on for the same reason: keep them up.
Yeah, like Garcia will keep him up, but I don't think he suits the squad at all. I think they could have aimed a bit better.
Well, we'll see what happens in the summer. He's going to bring in. I'm assuming they'll bring in the same way they did back Jesse Marsh. Weston McKennie is an example. Trying to bring this American kind of brand going on.
No, they tried to. The issue is they tried to copy the Red Bull model.
Yeah.
In terms of play style and the.
Which one's
play.
Salzburg?
All Red Bull teams play the same.
First.
That's why they connect all these Red Bull teams. But with their play style, that's why they got Jesse Marsh.
Above them you got Bournemouth.
Nothing, just Dominic. Not.
Tell you what, there's one player.
Philip Billing.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. One player who's been popping so far. He's
He's
been
done good.
banging in the goals, keeping them up. I think if he stays fit and does what he does, they'll be just enough to keep them in the league.
Yeah, I think he's done well.
I'm not a fan of Bournemouth personally.
No, they're nothing club. I hate the stadium.
that's-
I hate watching games in
Vitality
the stadium. The fucking camera is so low.
It's low.
And it's like
like
I'm
FIFA.
there.
It's
It's
like
like I'm
FIFA
there.
camera.
I want the camera higher, but it's so low.
There's one game I remember. I don't know if you remember the 3-2 against Liverpool. Do you remember
My
that?
favourite game,
That was my
I
favourite game
think
there.
it was 5-4 something City.
That happened.
Something like that. And I remember Sterling got a last minute winner.
That low
It was-
rings a bell.
It was like 4 years ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great game. That was one that,
Then you have West Ham. West Ham for me, this sounds very selfish of me, but I low-key want them to go down purely because there's a player there that I really want that we could get for cheap if
Yeah.
they do get relegated.
Fine.
That being Declan Rice. Strongly linked to him. He does
Yes.
want out. He wants Champions League football, he said himself. So I'd be very surprised if he ends up at Chelsea. I'd be fuming if he goes there. I think West Ham fans would feel the same as well. David Moyes.
it's difficult.
Because the thing of what he's done for the club, he's gotten them to a European semi-final. Something
the
only
thing
West Ham
is-
fans could dream of.
I understand, however, he's signing these players to build them up and try and play more progressive football, but I
Mhm.
don't think he has the capacity to do such football. And you've seen in interviews how divided the squad is. You get
Yes.
people like Michael Antonio
Mhm.
saying the team should go back to playing defensive and like counter-attacking football, and then people like Rice who want to play more progressive stuff, and they're saying that on live interviews to Sky and BT and whoever, and
Big voices now.
you don't really want that dividedness in the dressing room, so maybe he's taking them as far as he can.
I think they'll keep him in the summer.
I don't think they
I
should.
don't think they'll sack him. They won't sack him.
I think
The
they
way
should.
the board works, they're not the type to sack David Moyes for keeping them up. I think he'll hold on for next season. If it continues midway, they'll sack him.
They should sack him in the summer, or he should leave in the summer.
He won't leave. He will not leave.
No, he won't
I know that for a
leave,
fact
but
he won't leave.
like he's taken them as.
He took them as far as he could for a team of West Ham's caliber to get them top half of the table last season.
Yeah.
European football, albeit it was the conference. They are still in the Conference League actually. What if they win that? Change your mind?
No.
Really? That will get them Europa League football.
It will.
So you're hoping for another manager to push them?
To me, West Ham are nothing.
I tell
don't
you what
care
would be
if they get
interesting. I
relegated
think
or
what they
whatever.
should do personally, they sack David Moyes and bring in Rafa. I know Leicester were in for him, but if West Ham get Europa League football, bigger incentive, Rafa will take it, no?
Potentially.
I think that's the best manager they could get, whoever with all the managers that are currently available in the
Yeah.
market.
I don't know. West Ham are a nothing club to me. Like,
Hammers are going to hate you for that.
I don't care. They're just so like. Do you not think they're just nothing? They're just so irrelevant for everything.
Passion, and they have one of the biggest English legends.
Yeah, fine. I
They've got a statue of him.
Yeah, but
Helped them win the World Cup.
well, he was captain, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I just feel like it's irrelevant if they're in the league or not, really.
Above them we have Wolverhampton Wanderers. Big drop off. They were last season. They were what, challenging for the European spots. They were bantering us. We have Ruben Neves saying,
No, not last season.
It was last season.
That's why they.
Ruben Neves chatting the most. It was last season. Remember, we beat them 1-0 at their place. Then he started talking. Then they came to us. We beat them 2-1. Ramsdale celebrating in front of him.
What was it?
Yeah, 2-1. Alex Lacazette. Okay, was it?
They got 10th last season.
Were battling for it. Then they had a drop off. Now they've had an even bigger drop off, fighting relegation.
They've had a lot of issues, injuries. With Raul Jimenez. He's
Couldn't keep fit. I think the head injury is the one, right?
Yeah, he's
that
done.
David Luiz. Never forget that.
And then Sasa Kladzic, who they signed from Stuttgart in the summer, good signing. Already injury prone when they signed him, and he's done his ACL first game. So who knows if and when he's going to come back to the same. They got no one to score goals.
No.
The team. They got a good manager.
They lost Gibbs White. They sold him off.
And
no one understood that signing, by the way. 35 million.
Yeah, something like that.
Incredible business.
But yeah, they got a good manager. They just need to improve their recruitment. I hope Ruben Neves goes.
Stop with the Portuguese, man. Enough with that. Start bringing in some. There's different countries available.
Let's see what happens.
Palace, my team. Now, they sacked Vieira quickly. Justified?
Yes.
Did you hear what company said?
Yes.
What do you think?
I agree with him.
He said that we from January all the way to the time Vieira got sacked, we were playing essentially everyone that was above Palace.
Yeah.
And then after he got sacked, we had a more favourable fixture list.
Yeah.
We were playing majority were going to be below us, and they were winnable games. They decided no, not going to stick with you, firing you, and we're going to bring in an old
it's
talent
not
like
just
Roy
that.
Hodgson.
It's just that like I
didn't like this. Look, I know he's an Arsenal legend, but I think they should have stuck with him, at least because he was only brought in the summer. Let him see out the season, because he started off well. Don't forget, he did start
last year. He came last summer. Remember?
Oh yeah, it was last summer, of course, and he beat us.
Yeah,
and of
but
course he did, yeah.
my issue is, like I said at the time of the appointment, he's done not good anywhere he's been, whether it be New York or
Nice.
He's not done good. Even with the players that have been brought in now, yeah, fine.
He changed the culture of the club.
I understand that.
What
And
nice Olise. He was incredible. Look what he just did.
That's now, but Elise and Eze have not improved since they've come into the club at all. They just have not. And they were touted to be,
Young players of the years.
or European level players,
Yeah.
right? But it just hasn't happened. No one under him has improved. I understand he's playing with injuries, with like Schlupp playing in midfield and whatever, but
crazy enough, the goal for Palace right now is to finish in the top half. Like we ever since we've come up in 2012, 2013, that year when we beat who was it in the final? The Watford in the playoff final. Great game. We've just not progressed. We just can't seem to stop fighting relegation, try and get in the top half, and potentially be in your position, Villa's position, and try and fight for a European spot. The youth players are there. Olise, Eze, Zaha, who's incredible for me. Odsonne Edouard, I don't know what happened to him. He was killing it for Celtic. I was so happy that we signed the likes of him. Joachim Andersen, a very good ball-playing defender who can ping a ball and find somebody up front and like a quick transition. I don't know what's going on. Roy Hodgson has now come in. I don't know what it is about Roy Hodgson, right? He's come in and he's managed to smoke Leeds 5-1.
it's quite funny actually.
At Ellen Road. Crazy.
Yeah.
He's not going to stay on. In the summer, I want Steve Parish to find a long-term manager with a project that's going to work to get us in the top half and eventually fight for a European spot. I don't know who that manager is. I don't know who would want this job, because like it's true, we are a nothing club. We've never won any. We've never won anything. We've won playoffs. We've won the championship. But
It's
we've
not
never.
just that, but like
we-
even like Zaha's probably going to leave.
He will leave eventually, and then what do we have?
No, I'm pretty sure his contract running out. This
I don't know where he'd go personally. I don't think a top 6 club would take him.
I think they will.
Who? Palace.
On a free.
On a free.
He's
would take
free,
him?
remember?
Who would take it? Top 6 side. Spurs.
Maybe. I don't see why not.
What over Son?
Not just as a backup, right? He's free. Why would you not?
Arsenal. I
don't rate Zaha,
know you don't.
but why would you not on a free? Like give him a 3-year deal.
He'd have to accept the wages, right? He'd have no choice.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no one's gonna give him like
Exactly.
100K
No
a week.
one's going to do that. You're going to accept the wages we give you to play for this club, take it or leave it.
Like, I'd take him at Villa for like 2 years.
Yeah. I think
2 years.
that,
Yeah.
You need that winger you were talking about. There you go.
I don't want him though. Please.
Someone to-
That's only last resort. But Villa
Yeah,
should not
first.
sign him. Please sign someone. Good.
And finally, Chelsea.
When
Like it or not, they are in the relegation
No, they're
fight.
not.
Let's. There are 8 games left. I saw this thing where if
I
we-
saw it too. They're not in it. They're not in it.
I would love it. It's not gonna happen. I know
Not in
that it's too difficult to get relegated. I think even if they lost all their remaining games,
They're 12 points above the relegation zone with 8 teams worse than them in the league. It's
Right.
not happening.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Even if they were to lose the remaining 8 games, I don't think they will get
All of them
relegated.
are winning. Yeah.
Exactly. They're going to be teams that will win as well, and they will lose. So, but great banter. They just brought in that one. And that ties into. Okay, before we go into that, lastly, who's getting relegated?
Those bottom three.
Southampton, Leicester, Nottingham. It's not changing for you. It's going to stick like that. But see, 8 games left. It's heating up. It is heating up, and it's exciting. I think it's going to be very exciting, but we'll see what happens. Next topic of conversation: your team, the Bayern Munich.
Yes.
Bayern Munich. They sacked Julian Nagelsmann. Let's take it back. I think it was a Monday, and I saw tweets about rumors. It started off with rumors in the evening time that Nagelsmann is going to get sacked. I was thinking, what?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Why would they sack him? Only at that time it was only a point behind Dortmund. They still had to play Dortmund at home at the Allianz, and what history speaks for itself. When was the last time Dortmund won it?
In the league, it's 2013
Or 10 years ago.
or 2014.
9-10 years ago. History speaks for itself. I don't see Dortmund going and getting a win there.
But they won in the cup in 27 under Tuchel, I believe, 2017-18.
Yeah. That was Monday. Then you had the likes of Fabrizio Romano, David Ornstein, all these big journalists starting to say that they're going to have a big discussion on Tuesday morning, and they are going to sack him.
Yeah.
Tuesday then came, sacked, and immediately
In the blink of an eye, he got sacked.
and immediately Tuchel in.
Yep.
Didn't waste any time, straight away,
Efficiency.
quick. I was shocked. You were shocked.
Yes.
You didn't expect it. You didn't understand it at the time. But now time has gone by, and you reflect back on the season. Do you get it? Do you understand why?
No.
Still no.
No.
Champions League.
Okay,
as well,
no.
mind you,
Let
he
me
got into the
rephrase.
semi-finals as well.
Let me rephrase.
Okay.
He hasn't got to the semi-final.
Champions quarterfinal. Sorry, but you know.
So I understand why they've done it. I don't agree with it though.
Okay.
And I wouldn't have done it. So last season, obviously, Bayern lost the quarterfinal Champions League to Villarreal. We got knocked out by Villarreal with Emery here.
Was it?
Yeah. Then they got to the semi and played Liverpool, I believe.
This is Champions League.
Yeah, last season. Yeah.
Last season, Villarreal beat Bayern Munich. Why is my memory gone? You're right. Yes.
Dan Juma scored
Yes.
something.
Yes. I remember now. Yeah.
And then, speaking of which, has Dan Juma even played?
No, I haven't seen him play.
But
I've
yeah.
seen him in the shirt. Remember, he was going to go to Everton.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
But yeah, this season, last season he tried to play a lot like.
There's also talk of him losing the dressing room.
Yeah, I'll come on to that. But like he's been messing, like him and Guardiola are the biggest tinkermans in football, and he's been chopping changing his tactics, which is whatever. I don't agree with some of the stuff he's doing, but hey ho. he had a very public and very bitter falling out with Manuel Neuer.
It's because they sacked the goalkeeping coach. It started
Partially, yes, yeah. I believe his name is Topovic or something like that. He's been at Bayern since Neuer was in 2011, been his coach since then, and it's one of Neuer's best friends, his best man at his wedding and all that stuff. And he was furious that he'd been coach had fucked off with no reason really, but apparently Nagelsmann just wanted more power or like more influence, let's say. Then the squad got divided and certain players just weren't with him. Some players were, like Kimmich, Goretzka were his biggest supporters, whereas I believe Upamecano and De Ligt and Musiala and Pavard, Neuer were all his biggest opposers, and apparently Muller was neutral, which doesn't surprise me. But then there was also rumours of his girlfriend.
Yeah, the leaks.
Was the bowl in the dressing room, and because she's actually a journalist for, I can't remember if it was Bild or not, it's a German newspaper, and she was leaking the Bayern tactics and everything.
He broke up with her as well.
He did break up with her, yeah. So, whatever, and I think part of the reason is they knew it wasn't going too well. They were behind Dortmund now, and they saw Tuchel on the market, who is a Bavarian as well. He comes an hour from Munich, and apparently Tuchel even said to Bayern, "Look, come and get me now because
Spurs are coming.
I'm going to get offers in the summer," which is it's understandable.
What was it? It's back to Chelsea, which is unlikely, but
options.
Madrid, because Ancelotti looks like he could go to Brazil. You got Spurs. They are looking.
A lot of clubs.
Options there.
So,
but then why not just wait for the summer for Bayern?
Because he could have got better offers. Like I'm sure he would have liked Real Madrid.
Yes.
And Bayern were like, you know what, we don't want to compete with Real Madrid for the manager of our choice. And if you look at it, there's not actually that many good managers on the market.
Zidane still there?
Quality, he won't go to Bayern. I don't want him either.
Okay.
But I don't think he would have come to Bayern anyway. But even then, there's apart from Tuchel, who is on the market or could be on the market, that's Bayern quality. I don't think there's any.
Not at the moment, no. I can't think off the top of my head.
So yeah, that's why
There's one manager that I like. Sporting's. I think yes, I think he's a quality man. He knocked us out.
He was.
I like
however, he's not been that good. He plays good football. Not been that good in the league this season. They won it last season. I think they're some way off. Let me Google. They're some way off this season. They're fourth, and they are.
And I think in the Portuguese league, top 2 gets Champions League.
Yeah.
Third gets Europa.
The third get.
Was it qualification for Champions League?
Third gets Europa.
Oh yeah, and fourth conference.
Fourth and fifth get conference.
Yeah.
But Sporting are fourth. 14 points behind first. So.
I guess. Who knows? Maybe they're proud.
But before Emery came in, I wanted Amorim at Villa, but I'm happy with Emery. But look, it's exciting times. There are certain things like Tuchel is good. I've always rated Tuchel.
Okay, so look at what Tuchel's done so far for you guys. He has unfortunately been knocked out of the German FA Cup DFB Pokal. Yeah. I think it's Freiburg, yeah. And they're also in they're not going to win the Bundesliga, but they are in the top 4 race, and good side. You know more about them than I do.
Yeah. Christian
as a Bayern Munich fan, I don't know how it is for you guys, because Bundesliga is almost a certainty. You've won it 10 years in a row.
Yes.
But without much competition from the likes of Dortmund.
Yep.
Is getting knocked out of the Pokal something that annoys you?
Me personally, or Bayern?
As a Bayern fan, in general. Okay, you and the general consensus for Bayern.
I'd say it's our it's the least of our priorities. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But we go out every season with the aim of winning everything. So of course we're not going to be happy when we get knocked out.
Yep. But in the context of the Bundesliga, and because Dortmund are coming up, and the Champions League against City, which we'll come to.
Yeah, like if a manager wins just the Pokal, it's not enough anymore. I always, we always go out looking for the treble. But again,
do you say that because there's just no competition in the Bundesliga at the level of Bayern Munich?
Well, there's no competition in Germany, yeah. So that's league and cup.
That's what I'm saying. So
and then we aim to win the
Champions League. Yeah. So the Champions League is the goal for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, but that's not how the board see it. The board see it as the Champions League the Bundesliga as the which I don't agree with. Like, they kind of think it's an achievement to win it.
The Bundesliga.
Yeah.
Well, always winning the league title is always a big achievement, but because of how that's what I'm saying.
Well,
because of how the Bundesliga has been Bayern Munich's for 10 years in a row since Dortmund won it in 2012 with Klopp. Nothing's changed. The other teams around them, nothing's really changed. Okay, you've got some teams coming on like Union Berlin, Freiburg, but the quality is just not there. It doesn't compete.
Yeah, so that's why Freiburg have some good players.
That's why I've always said the last 10 years Bayern Munich's goal is Champions League, winning the Champions League. That's the biggest achievement.
Yeah, that's why it was like horrendous when Nagelsmann got knocked out last season.
Yeah, I can understand the frustration from the Bayern Munich side, the fans' side as well. Who's winning the Bundesliga this year?
Bayern.
Same again?
Yeah.
Dortmund only 2 points behind.
And if you look at it, they don't deserve to be where they are.
Why? Why not?
Because they are. We talked about Arsenal overachieving.
Okay.
With their XG.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Dortmund are 10 above.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've won, I believe, they won 10 games out of 12, I think, or 13 in 2023. And they've been very fortunate. Like I don't know why they've appointed Edin Terzic as manager in the summer. Do not for the life of me understand it. But whatever, their squad just isn't it. Fullback is weak.
Munir and Guerrero,
but even last couple of games he's been in midfield. And you got Thomas Meunier, you got Matteo Murray, Marius Wolf, who I do like actually, but they're not Bundesliga winning quality players. And
Sebastian Haller, Thorgan Hazard, Jude Bellingham.
Thorgan Hazard's gone.
He's gone?
Yeah.
When did he leave?
January, I think.
Oh damn.
PSV.
Oh yes.
But Dortmund have just given Marlin's not been good at all. But Dortmund have just literally today given Julian Brandt a new contract until 2026, which is fine. But there's Dahoud is leaving for free.
Question now going on to that. Whatever happens to Dortmund this season, what's the future of Jude Bellingham? In your opinion?
I can see a world where he stays for another season. He'll leave this summer or next, but I don't think everyone's talking about getting him because he's.
Well, the teams that are in the running for him, as far as
it's every big team. It's every big team.
We're not in for him. I can't lie. As much as I think we could be in, if we were to win the league, I don't see why we couldn't be in for the likes of him. But it's looking like it's City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Madrid.
No, it's not Chelsea. It's City, Liverpool.
Because of the owner's mindset, he just wants all the top quality youth to come in. Because that's how the American brand does it, bringing all the youth, explosion, and they're going to perform.
Oh yeah, it's City, Liverpool, Real. Those are the main big three.
In your opinion,
where does he go?
Yeah, because with Liverpool, childhood club, loves Liverpool. City, Pep Guardiola, more money. Real Madrid, biggest club in the world. Where would you go?
If I were him, I would not go to Real.
Why?
Not because I hate Real, but
I think in the midfield he'd be.
This is the issue. I don't think he's.
Camavinga, Valverde. He will join that as well.
Yeah, but Real Madrid is a very difficult place to succeed, especially for a young player. fans are
Camavinga,
toxic as
Tchouaméni,
fuck. Yeah, have to.
Tchouaméni,
Think about how many players have fucked it, right?
Okay, so it's a risk, but
it's not just that. But like,
I think he has the quality.
if I were, I agree with you, but I'm just saying it's more risky. And with the new manager coming in, I would assume they would bring Fede Valverde back into midfield as opposed to the right wing.
I assume so too.
Which means that midfield is already very stacked with Valverde.
It will be saturated.
Tchouaméni, Camavinga.
Yeah, and Modric could be on their way off as well.
Yeah, and those that three I just said are all 24 and below. They're young.
Yeah.
So City's would be good.
De Bruyne, Bellingham, Rodri, Bernardo Silva. Gundogan, I think, is leaving.
They don't know if they're going to get stand yet, but
I can see him going Barca, by the way.
Gundogan.
Yeah.
I'd love.
They love a free. Right now, they love a free.
Genuinely, I hope he comes back to Dortmund.
Ooh, yeah.
I'd love it. But genuinely, I don't know where Bellingham goes. I can't envisage him in any.
How long has he got left?
On his contract?
Yeah.
3 years.
I think he would. Personally, I think he would stay for one more season, and I think he will wait for Liverpool to come up and then go to them. I don't think he'll go now because they haven't. No, I don't think we agree that they're not going to get European football. So I think he'll hold out. I'm a big player. I have a lot of people are talking about me a lot. I should be playing Champions League or European football at the least. Play one more year with Dortmund. Whatever happens. Liverpool we go. Liverpool next year will get European football. I think we'll get top four next year. I think they will get top four. You know. Okay. Last topic of conversation. Champions League. The quarterfinals. Let's start easy. Today we got Benfica and Inter Milan.
Benfica win.
Really?
Yeah, easy.
Oh, why?
Better team.
How?
Playing a lot better football.
Are they?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Top of the league.
They are.
Better players all round. Gonzalo Ramos.
Yes. He killed it in the World Cup, don't forget.
Absolutely
superb in the World Cup. And he's, like you said, he's banging the goals in. I can't remember the last time Benfica got this far. Who in their group? Do you remember? I want to say Chelsea.
PSG. They topped the group with PSG, Juventus.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the last team.
That was a group of death, and they managed to top it.
Or ours.
I think Benfica will win the first leg. They're at home. I don't think it'll be a big margin. Maybe 2-0.
Yeah.
And then I think it goes to penalties.
I don't. I think you're very underrating Benfica. Inter Milan have not been good this season. If you look at the Serie A,
they haven't. No, they're fourth.
Fourth, fifth. I can't remember.
Because I think AC are fourth. I think they're third. Second is Atlanta. No, I'm gonna look it up right now. But I think it was Atlanta.
I don't think so.
It was Lazio. Sorry. Where did Roma come from? Wow.
Yeah.
The last time I saw them, they were sick. They exploded and came third. Okay, fair play. So and Inter are coming fifth. They're dropping out. They potentially may not make it.
They've really not been good. They've got no one to score goals.
I'm looking at their last 5. They've lost 3 in the last 5.
Yeah,
that's bad. If you're going for Europeans, that's really bad.
They can't even blame the manager because the squad's not good, and they're losing a lot of players as well.
They got Çalhanoğlu.
Fucking Martinez does not score. I don't know what people see in him.
He's not doing it.
Dzeko is old. Milan Skriniar's leaving in the summer.
Yep. He's going PSG.
We don't know that, but
I think he will go PSG. It makes the most sense. Him and Marquinhos partnership would be really good.
But who's their other centre back? Not Bastoni, Skriniar, and De Vrij.
Yes.
He's also been linked to leave. But going back to the Champions League,
Benfica have too much quality.
I just think they have a lot more quality. They got the experience of Otamendi at the back, full-backs or wing-backs, I should say, Grimaldo and Bar. Very good attacking full-backs. Both got wicked crosses on them. Good progressive pass numbers, exactly what you want. And then they got that young centre-back, Antonio Silva, I believe.
Let's do the first leg. We're going to come back next week for the second leg.
Yeah.
First leg, we'll talk about first leg. So, if we agree, Benfica will win the first leg.
Yes.
What's your prediction?
2-0.
2-0? Yeah, I agree. Next one, in the same bracket, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Milan versus Napoli.
Okay.
So this is the first leg. Napoli killing it in the league, albeit the last time these two played each other was last week at home, Napoli's place. What happened?
Milan won
They
4-0.
got smoked 4-0. Could that just be down to complacency because they're so far ahead in the league? I think now they're 12 points clear.
Something like that.
They
Yeah.
were 15 before that game against Milan. They're 12 clear now. I can confirm that right now. They are, if my maths serves me right, that's 12 and 4. 16 points clear actually. They won the league. So I think the priority for them would be, let's win it. I've said it already that I do believe Napoli will win it.
This
I
is the
think
furthest
they've
they've
been
ever
really
got in the Champions League.
Yeah, they got Osimhen and Guisa. They got Di Lorenzo at right back, who's been superb for them as well. You have the likes of
Maradona, obviously.
yeah, of course.
They got a lot of good players.
I think
They'll
it'll be an
win that
entertaining
time.
game.
They'll
I
win
think
that
first leg, I think it will be a draw. First leg. We're going based on the first leg. I think it will be a 1-1 or 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. Osimhen will get 2 goals.
I think 2-1 Napoli.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, like Syria has finally coming back. They've
Getting
got
back.
3 teams in the quarterfinals. You know, that's really good. They're starting to show the sleeping giants, so to speak.
Yeah.
They're starting to wake up. Next one, Chelsea Madrid.
Two shit
It's-
clubs.
it's-
Hate them both.
Well, this is going to happen at Stamford Bridge first leg. Lampard's. This is what I don't understand. I think Chelsea know European football is gone next season. They're not going to get it. The only way of maybe trying to get it is winning it. And it's just like Chelsea to do something like that, to win the Champions League. Same way they won in 21. Bring in Tuchel midway, bang, win the Champions League despite finishing outside the top 4.
Yeah, I agree.
So, first leg, what do you think? What are you thinking? How do you think it's going to play out?
Is that Chelsea, right?
Yeah, I think Madrid win 3-0.
I agree.
I think
I changed my mind.
I think they're going to smoke Chelsea.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be 1-0 Madrid.
I think they're going to smoke them. The same way they smoked Liverpool at Anfield,
They're
going to smoke Chelsea. Benz is going to do madness. Vinny, best wing in the world right now for me. And defensively sound as well, Eder Militao. He gets goals as well, don't forget, as a defender. Really good. I think the only weakness, and I think Madrid fans will agree with me, is their right back in Carvajal. Everything
Well,
else
both
is fine.
fullbacks, to be honest.
Who's the left back now? It's not Mendy, he's injured. It's
Well, they're playing Nacho.
Yes. Okay, fine. I guess their weakness is their wingers, but have Chelsea been utilising their wingers effectively? No. Mudryk, Sterling, Pulisic.
Mudryk would be very good for this game.
He could
Play on the counter
Yeah,
attack.
run rings around Carvajal. He can do it, and I know he's been off it. He has done nothing for Chelsea so far, but give him time. I know he'll explode, and I know he'll be one of the best youth players in the world. I know he will. That's why I wanted him so bad. Final predictions: 1-0.
Yeah.
Who's scoring? Benz.
No.
Benz.
Tony Cruz.
What banger?
Yeah.
And finally, at the Etihad.
The big one.
Big. I'm
Who-
excited for it.
UEFA just UEFA just released their coefficient.
Yeah, the rankings. Yeah, I think City. No, Bayern are first.
Bayern and City are joined first.
Yeah. Well, what's the state of play in terms of players? No, you got no injuries.
For Bayern,
You got no one's out.
Hernandez.
He's been out for ages though.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Fine. No new recent
Yeah,
injuries.
nothing
Mane's
new.
come back.
Okay, Mane, by the way, since he's come back, how's he been?
He's just really come back. He's been.
Will
fine.
he start for this game?
He started on the weekend.
So I'm
Will he start
assuming
for
it's
this
going to
game?
be Mane, Moting, and Sane.
No. On the weekend, he started up front.
Okay, so what? Sane, Mane, Koeman, or Gnabry, sorry.
On the weekend, we played a 4-1-4-1, which I wasn't expecting, with Kimmich as a low DM.
Yeah, okay. My question to you with this game is, how does Bayern Munich? They've done it before, but this is a new he's surrounded by better players.
Yes.
So how do you handle this Haaland?
So I think first of all, Haaland has speed and strength, right?
Yes.
We
He's gonna
match
go
the
against
speed with
Upamecano.
Upamecano and the strength of De Ligt, right?
That'll be a great battle, man. That'll
We've
be a
got the
very good battle.
defenders to deal with him.
Yeah.
Even with Alphonso Davies.
The classic De Bruyne Haaland link up that I've seen so far this season is De Bruyne finds him far post.
That's the issue. The issue
And I
is
don't see any of your defenders
De
talking
Ligt-
that. Sorry.
because obviously De Bruyne is playing on that right half
Yep,
space
exactly.
and he whips it in.
Mm-hmm.
De Ligt plays our left centre back, and then we've got Upamecano as a right centre back. So it's up to Upamecano to watch him at the back post.
Because it has to be intelligent play. He's gonna have
Yeah.
to, he's gonna be smart about it because he's not gonna beat him for strength.
I hope he doesn't play three at the back, but let's just see. I would play a double pivot.
Kimmich and
Goretzka.
Goretzka. Mm-hmm. Muller in front.
I'd say so.
And
I'd
Mane
say-
striker, centre forward.
Yes, with Sane Coman, and then first sub to come on Musiala.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be angry if Musiala started over any of the front attacking midfield three, but I think
This is at the Etihad,
yeah,
so I think you would play Muller. I think you should play Muller at the Etihad. If you had a reason to play Musiala, it would be because you got something at the Etihad, whether you just didn't lose. Then you can express yourself more.
Musiala's a maverick, and the thing is,
Yeah.
it depends. If you play Choupo-Moting up front, I want Muller.
Okay.
If you play Mane, I wouldn't mind Musiala.
Okay. So it's about the link up.
Yeah. I just hope it's not going to be boring.
Yeah.
Hope we win.
Final prediction. This is the first leg.
At City, I'm going 2-2.
Draw. I think City win, man. I don't think Tuchel gets one over Pep this time.
You said that about PSG.
Was it 3-0 over? Was it
3-0 to
3-0,
Bayern, yeah. Didn't concede a single goal.
I tell you what, I thought PSG would win it because I didn't understand the depth of their squad. I never really thought about it that much. Then I looked at it.
I told you that they're fuck all players.
I didn't understand it. Now I got it. I was like, yeah, fair play. It doesn't surprise me that Bayern smoked them. Okay. That brings it to the end of this episode of the Halftime Oranges podcast. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you're new. We're really trying to reach the 50 mark. We're currently on 23.
Something like that.
Something like that. Because we really want to be able to live stream, okay? Like the earliest live stream we really want to do is the City Arsenal game, which happens just over 2 weeks. So give us the opportunity and we'll deliver. I promise you we'll
Honestly,
deliver.
if you've got second accounts or anything, make some fake accounts, whatever. Just,
I don't
just
condone
subscribe.
that. I don't
Just-
condone
just
that. I
subscribe
want
to us.
organic subscriptions,
I don't,
please.
as long as
Organically.
just sub, just with like if you got a 3 or 4 whatever Google accounts, just sub to us, please,
Give it your best. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching again, and we'll see you in the next episode.
and share. Cheers.
Peace. Okay, you gotta go.
Fuck man.
Then I'll be right after that.
We spoke for time.